Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music. And today I'm speaking with Violet Love. They've got a brand new EP out. It's called Destined to Fail, and I'm very excited to talk to them all about it. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, just doing life. Doing good.
Doing life, making music, staying creative,
Yeah.
settling down, having fun, all the good stuff.
Yeah. How are
Very
you?
cool.
How you
I'm
been?
good. I'm good. I'm doing great. This is the highlight of my day, so no complaints. Truly, truly, I've been listening to this record all day.
Really?
It's been awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And part of this is going to be me totally inflating your ego, but like, truly, like it kind of touches on so many different sounds and genres that I enjoy, but you've still managed to wrap it up into one cohesive thing,
Thank you.
which is such a rare thing to do nowadays. I feel like where we are in production is, everyone wants to do a little bit of everything. No one's just making pop music or rock music. It's like this constant blending, but this actually sounds original and fresh, which is, again, so difficult to do. So you completely crushed it on that end.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no worries.
you.
I wanna no, you're all good. I wanna get right into it. I want to start with the actual EP name Destined to Fail because I feel like anyone that listens to any music for the first time, they get two ideas of what they're going to be listening to. The name of the record and then the actual album artwork. And I feel like Destined to Fail kind of gives you a preconceived notion of what you're going to be listening to. How did that come about?
Good question. So I kind of sat on the name of the album for a long time. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted it to be. And um eventually it just kind of popped into my head and I was like, oh yeah, it's totally it just fit. Like I floated a bunch of different ideas.
Yeah.
It totally fit. It's a line in Apple. It's just, maybe I'm destined to fail.
Yeah.
But I like it because I feel like it sums up where I was at that time in my life. I just felt
Sure.
so hopeless about the world and myself and everything. So yeah.
Nice. And then as for the actual songs here, the I have to say, like, the name of the record kind of gives you a not necessarily a negative feeling, but like an apprehensive feeling. But yet I feel a bit of optimism from these songs. So I guess what directly inspired them? Is it more of like a cohesive EP journey, or is it, three separate stories?
I think I would say it's more of a journey
Okay.
than anything. It's really I think it kind of just came about out of necessity. Music's how I process life, mine
Yeah.
and people music. It just always has been, and I just really needed a release. Really needed to get this stuff out, and I wrote all these songs. So the order the songs appear on the EP is the order in which I wrote them, and I feel like each one is really just a different version of me at a different place and time.
Sure.
Um, and I my goal, other than just getting all of that emotion out and trying to process everything, was kind of to have a cohesive image, uh, auditorially,
Yeah,
right,
no, of course, of course.
um, of where I was at in life. And I feel like looking back at it, like I did that. I feel like I accomplished that. I feel like all of those songs, they feel right, if that makes sense. They feel honest, um,
Absolutely.
like an honest portrayal. It's strange though because it's not where I'm at anymore though. Like
Right.
I feel like the EP has really taken on a life of its own because it's just so far from who I am now. Um,
That's
and so
interesting you say that.
um, and so you saying like you feel like a sense of hope at the end.
Yeah.
It's actually how I feel now. Like I feel hopeful. I feel like releasing it is really like a conclusion on all of it, wrapping it up. And yeah.
Nice. I fully respect that. I think it's so interesting though, because some people, I would say a majority of people, when they listen to music, they think, okay, I'm listening to this album and it came out today, which means they must have finished it like last week or something like that. You know what I mean? But, I don't know the writing process or the recording process or whatever it is, but things take time. And from what I understand, you do everything here.
Yes. Yeah. So it took me about I think a little over a year to write and record and
Jeez,
all of it. And I actually only just like finally finished everything in September.
that's
Um
wild.
and really the reason why it was released yesterday um is because I was moving, I was packing up all my equipment and everything, and I was just like, okay, I just need to get this out. I just need to finish this. I'm just gonna sit on it for another freaking year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, again, in your case, because you're the person that handles everything, which is unbelievably impressive. Like, I know that you said that someone else handled the mixing, and that's completely understandable. That's like,
Mastering, yeah.
yeah, the mastering. That is like, I mean, that's like speaking another language. I'd rather hand it to a professional than learn how to do that. But at the same time, of doing the production and the songwriting and the instrumentation and the list goes on. It's incredible that you actually got it finished up in a year because things like that take so much time. Um, with that being said, though, how did you do that? What became the most difficult part? Like, I guess where is the part in the process where like you're like, I want to give up right now?
Good question. To answer the last part of it, that's kind of how the EP came about. I just was really hopeless. I really felt awful about life, and it
Yeah,
was like, okay, I might as well put this into song.
yeah.
Um, and honestly, though, I kind of feel like it's like doing everything myself and all of this is kind of a long time coming because I've like I'm just one of those people that hops back and forth between like one interest to another,
Sure. Completely
just like
understand.
everything into it.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's really just kind of bounced around from different areas of music, right? Like I'm focusing on live performance, or I'm focusing on really like honing in my guitar tone, or I'm focusing in on like audio engineering and recording, um, or whatever else. And so I feel like just over the time I've been playing music, I've kind of been able to cover a little bit of everything. Um, and yeah,
Ah, it's amazing. Okay, which part did you find the most difficult? I find not to like put answers in your mouth, but the conversations I have with people, they're always like, once I had the lyrics down, it was kind of just matching the feeling of everything, but it could be different on your end.
the songwriting process for me has changed drastically over
Sure.
the course of me songwriting. Um, and in terms of the songwriting itself, a lot of the time I find that I either have a chord progression or I have like some, you know, foundational thing musically or lyrically. And then I kind of go back and forth and like write like I don't know how to say that, like kind of once I get one, it's easier to kind of build the fill in like all the pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Um, I would say the most difficult part for me in this EP would be mixing. Um,
Sure.
because
Nailed it though, because on a nice pair of headphones, it really just balances so well and goes back and forth and keep going. Sorry.
no. Um, uh, Thank you. Yeah, I worked really hard on it for sure. I mean, I definitely, I recorded things, didn't like how they sounded, re-recorded them. Like I did mixes that I didn't like, all over again.
Yeah.
So a lot of time, a lot of patience, which is something I don't have. So
Get it. Well, yeah, listen, when you've been trying to make a record for a year at this point. The patience runs out. It's like, again, people don't realize how difficult it is to put these things together, especially when you're doing it all by yourself. It also it sort of begs the question of something that I mentioned earlier is that there's so much going on here in terms of style and genre. You didn't stick to one thing. You've managed to tackle all these different things and infuse them into one. So I assume that it plays into your personal influences, but also is that how you wanted it to be when you were sort of blueprinting this out?
Good question. Yes, it kind of
Okay,
was.
cool.
It was like a lot of it was just I wanted to get as far outside of my comfort zone as I could, really.
Yeah,
And this sort of genre, like kind of like hyperpop, glitch pop sort of thing, is far outside of my comfort zone. It's nothing I've ever done before.
right.
Um, uh, and um, and as I started writing it more and like getting more used to writing that sort of style, I was like, I like this, but it's not entirely me. Like I need to add a little bit more of me in there.
Sure.
I've been playing in like punk bands since I was 16 or so. So um, I kind of try to add more live instrumentation, more of a rock feel. Uh, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, because like at the end of the day, it's again, it's hard to explain, it's hard to put into words. It's why I would recommend everyone listen. But at the same time, like that glitchiness and that hyperpopness is it's forward in the mix, but then there's sort of like this haunting alternative rock, slightly punky thing happening in the background where it's like, am I hearing this? Like, am I listening close enough? Um, and then again, for everyone that's going to listen, and they should, there is so much subtlety happening in the production here where there's like these like little like micro sounds and things that come and flow and in and out. And it's like if you're the type of person that listens to music passively on your computer while you're working or something like that, this is like not the record for you because there's really just no, really like there's just so much happening and there's so much that you might miss out on. I mean, listen, the record is it's three songs, right about 10 minutes. And it's like you packed a 40-minute album into 10 minutes, which is like the most respectable thing you can do. It's unbelievable. That's not a question. It's just like a sincere, like, God damn, you really did it here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely kind of went for the maximalist feel on
Yeah,
this.
absolutely. But no, but it's never overbearing to the point where it's like, oh man, this person's trying way too hard. It's not, which again is like crazy. So anyway, okay. So took you a year to make this thing, which is awesome. But at the same time, within that year, you're still living your life. You're still garnering these new experiences and changing as a person. Did it spark you to write anything or even like envision something else for the future, music wise?
Good question. No, not really. I
No,
mean,
really.
I haven't really planned out like where I'm gonna take things from here.
Okay.
Um, I um honestly I've been so focused on the move. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll consume your life for sure.
no, for sure. So um yeah, I'm kind of just left it open-ended. I mean, I have some songs I've been working on, but that's always kind of where I'm at. I
Yeah,
have I'm working on. So um yeah.
more like serious demos or just sketches of things that could be things.
A bit of both. I
Okay,
I kind of always have some ideas floating around, but
sweet.
I have a really close friend of mine and old bandmate I used to play with and everything, and we wrote this song um uh a while back and never actually got able to re record it or anything, and it was I think it's probably if not the best, one of the best songs we've ever written together, and
Nice.
I'm just really it. I feel like it needs to be out there. So I've been working on that a lot. But it's kind of very close to both of our hearts. So um, it's going to take a while, you
No,
know.
no
But
worries. No, you should enjoy the period in your life where this is freshly out and you just don't have to worry about things for a while. And of course, unpacking and getting your life straight and back together. So good on that end. All right, hypothetically speaking, when someone listens to this for the first time, where do you think the perfect setting is to enjoy it?
good question. Hmm. I mean, I wrote all of this in my room while I was overthinking about everything.
Okay,
Um, Overthinking about my life, about how I was feeling about myself, about the world, about my music, about how I was going to record it, about everything. So, if you need, I guess if you need something to overthink about, or if you need something to take your mind off of overthinking, um,
great answer.
you I guess step into my world for a little bit, and
Nice. So it's listen under the covers with your headphones on and turn the lights off and sink into it for 10 minutes.
I would say so.
Okay. Well, if you're listening and you're contemplating where to listen, then the answer is right there for you. So that's awesome. Very cool. So is there an opportunity that you might get out there and play these songs live if you haven't already?
I'm working on that a bit. So
Cool.
it's not I don't feel like it would be an easy EP to perform live.
No,
I
not at
really
all.
would, yeah, I'd really have to it kind of be a whole elaborate thing to try and uh make this feel um I don't know, it's just fun to perform live, one thing, right?
Yeah,
And authentic and like an actual live experience. I could definitely go up there with, my laptop and just have like a whole backing track, but that's just not really my style.
sure.
Um, so I've thought about, trying to compile a group to help me perform it live, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean that's tough because like not that getting up there with a backing track would be taking the easy way out, but I feel like to kind of do justice to the record, the best thing you'd want to do is get up there with a legitimate band and try to recreate this thing. And like I mentioned, there's really so much subtlety in the sound here that like seeing it happen on stage, being up close and having you kind of fine tune everything would just bring so much even more life to these songs somehow. So if it happens, great. And if it doesn't, like save it for the future.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think I've thought about like how I would do that, and part of it is like I hate the idea of playing to a backing track. I really do.
Yeah.
Uh, and it just doesn't feel like I want it to be like a full, authentic, like live experience. But like you're
Yes.
talking about, like there's so many like small, little intricate like details and stuff that like it would just be so hard to pull off without a backing track. Part of it too is like two times on I think Serpent and Apple. Like I didn't have a shaker, but I wanted a kind of shaker sound, but not as like in between a shaker and a hi-hat.
Yeah.
Um and I just couldn't find a sample that I liked, so I used a tape measure. And it's like, okay, like how am I, I'm gonna step up on stage and like play the tape measure? Like,
Dude, I'm telling you, if I went to a concert and saw someone get up there and whip out a tape measure, they'd be my new favorite band because it's genius. It's genius. You like think about that for a second. Not that like every moment is about going viral, but like, dude, come on. That's like that's like the easiest
yeah,
ever.
that is a good,
And
yeah,
maybe the cheapest instrument possible. Gear is too expensive these days.
for sure.
Oh man. Okay, I have a couple more questions for you. Uh I definitely described your sound as being distinct and original, but Is there any other artist or maybe even a particular album that you would recommend to someone who enjoys your music, something in a similar vein to get them to latch on to this?
Absolutely, 100%. Break-ins, have you ever heard of break-ins?
No.
I love them. They're like totally a huge influence for this album. If you
Okay.
listen, I'm sure you'd see why. They have an album called Hypochondriac, which
Okay.
um, is yeah, my EP is very heavily inspired off of that and their first album, um, uh, oh, Punk Two. It's called Punk Two.
Okay.
Um, and those two for sure. And then um, Pierce the Veil is like my favorite band ever. Um, and so I would say a lot more of like the rock vibe stuff kind of comes from that.
Sure.
And especially like what's it called, Misadventures and Collide with the Sky have like if you really pay attention, they have a lot of like um not electronic, but like like totally mixing production, like little details like and elements to it that I would say are similar to uh, uh like the kind of like small details I'm trying to put in there.
Okay.
Um
Cool. Well, I'm definitely going to check out that first band for sure. I've never heard of them before.
yeah, he's amazing.
Sweet. And then lastly, for anyone that's going to check out your music for the first time, is there sort of like an opening message that you'd like to say to them before they click the play button?
Um yes. As dark and depressing as this album is, when you look at the lyrics and everything, um, my message or my meaning to it now, which I hope that everyone is able to kind of have a little bit of their own.
Yeah.
Um, mine is really a lot of hope. Like I feel like I'm able to look back at all of it and just uh, feel grateful and a sense of accomplishment that I got through it. I got past it. It's just a different version of me now. And anyone who really relates to the album, either a past version of themselves or current or whatever else, I hope it resonates with you. I hope you're able to um, relate and everything, and just know that you know. I don't want to say things get better, but something along the same vein. Just there is hope.
Very cool. I think that's an excellent answer. I think it's also so important for lyrically to have a record that obviously you wrote and you had to live those experiences to actually write the record, but that it's also open-ended enough for a person because 99.9% of the people that are going to listen to this, they don't know who you are. They just see the artist name. They don't know your personal struggle or whatever it is. To it be generalized enough for them to listen to your lyrics and apply it to their own life. I think you've done a really nice job here with that.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome. Well, listen, before we wrap up here, please let me plug the record for you. If you've made it this far in the interview, you probably know, but the record, the EP is called Destined to Fail. As always, we'll have the links in our article and everywhere else so that you can listen and share and follow along and stay tuned for more. I beg you to take a break. It sounds like you're doing that, but I'm excited for whenever the next release comes.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you so
very
much.
welcome. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
Thanks. You too.
Sounds good. All right. Talk soon. See ya.